Polarity case. The confessions of an involuntary intellectual. My name is information, but that's misinformation to you.
Today's episode is REEVALUATE. Do you know what that means? You know the drill. Let's get it.
Let's go. Okay, so reevaluate everything. Every time you encounter it as if it were the first time. Do not get too familiar with any one thing, person, or place. That is when things go unchecked. They all fly under the radar, and when they appear back on the radar, it's usually too late or it's gonna cost ya to get it back to where it used to be. Change is constant. It is best to remember that there is no such thing as consistency. There is just an appearance of it. For example, you get up every day for work at the same time. You get washed, dressed and start your commute. You do this 3 to 5 days a week. What is different is that Monday is not Wednesday. Simple inconsistencies are inconsistencies. You could say, well, every Monday I go to work. That's consistent, yes, but the weather changed, and so did you. Or did you wear the same clothes too? There is only comfortable change and uncomfortable change, but change nonetheless. This is important because you should take the time to reevaluate your surroundings when you get the chance. Sober up your mind and remind it that you aren't just waiting to die. You are living. I am not saying to become self-conscious. What I am saying is to practice self-awareness. Don't wait until you can't ignore what it is that needs to change before you change it. That day is always so close and yet so far because we don't evaluate enough. Evaluate your relationships, hobbies, favorite foods, dreams, and anxieties. Most of the suffering we endure is self-inflicted, unnecessary and prolonged because we are too afraid to evaluate. After all, it will result in change. Are you actually scared of the dark still? It's your house, and you've locked the doors. Too often, habits will disguise themselves as instincts. Evaluate, and you can eradicate them with just one sensible thought. When I was 12, I wanted an adult to protect me from what was in the dark, and now I'm an adult, I can protect myself. When one is a child, they cannot defend themselves from much, hence why they rely on the strength and intellect of a more fully developed human, an adult. And when you are an adult, to a certain extent, even if you are not strong, you are more well informed on how to resolve your issues. There is no valid fear, and just like that, fear of the dark vanishes. Another example is spiders, rats, and roaches. Imagine how powerful they must feel to make grown men leap nearly 3 feet in the air just from the very sight of them. They make people rise to their feet and preen much like when kings and queens used to walk into the throne room for the royal court. They know what it is to be mighty, and yet they are not even 1/10 of the size of a toddler. They are puny in comparison. I have seen rats in New York enjoy an entire slice of cheese pizza unbothered as the cool air passes through their ears. Better than any scene from Ratatouille. Imagine a rat enjoying a slice of pizza it didn't make nor pay for. It stole it and left as people made way for it to get away rather easily. Then it even had time to enjoy its bountiful feast in broad daylight, enjoying all the liberties of an American citizen. Now that's freedom. I will admit I didn't bother it either, but only because it is rude to interrupt someone when they're eating. The point is they're insects and rodents, and you only fear them because of the reactions you witnessed from your caretakers. Not everyone internalizes it, but most do. Some part of you feels severely threatened just at the sight of a 2D Google image of one of them. It makes your skin crawl, but tell me something: the picture can't do anything, and neither can it in real life. What threat does it actually pose to your safety? Well, above 50% of all crimes in the world are committed by men. Yet, I don't see people lurching shoes at them from the mere sight of them. No, in fact, the case is usually that you either are one. My condolences. You befriend one, have a crush on another, and maybe even sleep with 1 or 2 or 13 or 44, etc. What if the man you see is someone who will commit a crime against you or someone you don't know? That is a true threat, a valid threat. However, the PR for men is much different than that of roaches, spiders and rats. Disney Channel took care of that. What I am saying is that if you can be tricked into fearing something that doesn't pose a true threat to you, and tricked into allowing the very thing that poses the only threat into your home by invitation, then clearly fear is a choice. The only things we all fear, insects, animals, and man alike, are starvation and death. Everything else is fabricated. An illusion of sorts. If you don't evaluate your fears, the worst thing is that you will still believe that you are afraid. Recognize that you aren't afraid of change, you are afraid of losing control. I can cure that. You never had control anyway. So relax. Tell me I'm lying, and I'll show you a liar. If you want to make your life changes more comfortable, this just means you need to gradually keep evaluating. Does this job bring me the happiness it once did? If yes, why? If not, why not? Then your next option is to stay or leave and save the dreary complaints about taxes, bills and expenses. We are humans. There is a cure for almost anything. If you don't like your job, get a new one. Set up a plan to escape from your tower and then leave. If not, Monday will come again, and you will not notice the comfortable inconsistencies that creep up on you that will one day grow to become very real problems. The moral of the story is that the difference between surviving and thriving is foresight. The two eyes you possess can be trained to evaluate constantly, but it is your mind's eye that matters most. Do not get comfortable with lying to yourself. The world will agree with you, praise you even, then leave you to struggle with your affairs when you aren't prepared for the changes that were bound to come. My suggestion is to evaluate, not criticize. We all make choices, and we have our own reasons. Make sure you know why you choose what you choose. And don't forget to be honest with yourself, even if you won't be honest with anyone else. Turn on your intuition, and maybe you have a sudden inkling to take a different route on Monday. If I were you, I'd listen to it. This is usually how people discover the things that have been happening right under their noses. Don't believe me? Try it. I've got no skin in the game. Watch what happens when you say no, when you show up on time, when you leave early, when you speak up. It's gonna blow your mind, I tell you, and not in a good way at first, because the very fabric of who you are and the threads at this point become visible and you won't be able to unsee it. Remember to remind yourself, for this is a good thing, but terrifying in every way. Hit your woo-saw and maybe a blunt, I don't know, but make sure your seatbelt is fastened, your seat is upright, and you are prepared for takeoff. It'll be my kind of fun, which results in self-improvement. If you like the way things are now, why did you listen for this long? Just think about it. And next time you encounter a rat, roach, or spider, pull up a chair and pour them a glass of whiskey and let them express their toils and tales of woes. It's a hard knock life.